Hello everybody, I am the Nerf Wizard, and today I'm here to show you a mod, or I say mod, I mean paint job really, of two Sweet Revenges. This will start off is Nemesis. It is a Doctor Who themed Sweet Revenge, mirrored on both sides, not exactly but it's close enough, with a gold or bronze, and then darker bronze or brown highlighted in bronze. These were both done by, actually who were they done by? I'll link who they were done by in the description below. This one anyways, because the second one, why originally created by the same person as this, I had repainted over by a friend of mine to become Nebula, and you'll understand why. This is Nebula. It was a white Star Wars with a stormtrooper here, I reckon. Yeah, I can see it. Just a big stormtrooper face there, and a mask there, and a mask here. White and then grey with white highlights, and then I kind of got bored of that because I quite like the colors of this, but Nebula I wanted to be something special because Nebula was originally meant to be a twin of Phonics, which was my original hammer shot, which sadly has gone missing. If I ever find it, I will do a video on it because it was close to my heart. It's the first mod I ever did. It has the German blaster parts, blasterparts.de kit in it, full metal trigger, full metal hammer, and then their big spring in it. Neither of these have any modifications to them. I plan to put big heavy spring loads, and then try and get some resin casted stuff from Silver Fox Industries that Wacom reviewed a little while ago. They were hammer shot parts though, but he did say in the video that the guy from Silver Fox is working on Sweet Revenge parts, and that would mean a lot to me because at any war, no matter what I'm running, whether I be running Aether, which there will be another video on because I've just done some bit crap really LED work. These are always on my side. I have just a normal Sweet Revenge holster for Nemesis because this has a clear coat on it, and it just sits there on my left side, so I can quick draw it, and then just slide it back in whenever I want it. And then I have this, which is a holster by someone else, where I got these two. They were both at Edinburgh Comic Con. He's an Edinburgh, or a Scottish maker, and they're both. This is just a holster that will fit almost any pistol. All my pistols over there. It's a Fire Strike that you can put in. Now you can adjust this, so if I wanted to I could run a Fire Strike in it. Right now it's a bit big, but I could still wield it. But right now it is set for Sweet Revenges, and they fit in there very nicely. And then this just has two straps, one here and one there, and they just strap around my leg. Or if I really wanted to get weird, I could strap it to my arm. Or what I'm eventually going to do is I'm going to put Velcro, two big strips of Velcro, one here and one here. When I get a chest rig, I'm going to run one. I'm going to run them on my back. I'm going to get two more actually. I'm going to run them like Edward Kenway does in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, where he's two pistols here, two on his side, and then two on his lower back, which is where I'm going to run Nemesis and Nebula. And then Phonics will be in this holster, or another holster that I get. I'm going to try and get my mate to make one. He does leather working, so he's going to, once I find it, if I find it, I'm going to ask him to make me a fake leather because it's a lot cheaper, because I still will have to pay him a fake leather holster for Phonics. But these are both stock. I've tinkered with them, like I've put just more grease on the inside, but I've not put a bigger spring in it because I don't want them to break, because Phonics has almost broken on me multiple times when I've used it in wars past. Because what eventually ended up happening is I didn't realize that when the two metal parts, when you prime it, they actually grind together, and their metal on metal will eventually wear itself away, and you're meant to put grease on it, whether it be white lithium grease or really I just use Vaseline. It works. against them so that they will run against each other and then lock into place to catch, like that does, because when that trigger springs back forward, it's locked. There we go. And now I do that, it doesn't go. But as it's being pulled down, that's rubbing. That's why the trigger's moving back without me touching it. And it just wore the trigger away. So now, what eventually ended up happening is I put the original hammer, original trigger back in, and then I built a hammer shot for a friend of mine, who you will see sometime on this channel when I show off his loadout, when I start doing loadout videos. And what eventually ended up happening is that metal became so coarse, when I switched it over, I didn't realize it would grind against plastic. So now, because he has a plastic trigger and a metal hammer, his doesn't actually catch anymore either. So what I'm going to end up happening, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have to, or he's going to have to buy a new kit. He already has the spring because I gave that to him, because it was like a plastic trigger, metal hammer, it should be fine. But it was the metal hammer was already so grinded away, it would catch for a certain amount of time, and then it wore the plastic away itself. So, but he's going to have to buy a new kit, and then when kits come out for these, I'm going to buy 2 metal kits so I can just dual wield them, and then a 7-cylinder or a 6-cylinder for Sweet Revenges if that's possible. If need be, I just buy more hammer shots because, to be fair, hammer shots are cooler, but I like the sleekness of these shells. But I'm going to give a huge thanks to my friend who did this. You will see a lot of her work. She's going to do Aether for me when I can be bothered. And this is just a sneak preview of the LEDs. It's a bit crap, don't judge. The LEDs are literally on one side of the blaster, and then I've literally just epoxied this battery tray, which is going to be spray painted over. But it's not bad. The shell lights up, but that's going to be covered. And I have 2 LEDs here, one there, one up here, a bunch in there, and then one here, here, and then 2 down there. I couldn't figure out how to make that one in here work without crushing the dark tube, whatever, the barrel, too much, or so much that it wouldn't work. But it's working. I'm having a little couple kinks with the trigger, but that'll be in the final segment of the video for Aether. She's going to paint the Raven and the Recon barrel for me in a different style to this, because I don't want to repaint this. This was my first paint job minus phonics. I did them at the same time. Actually, they were laid next to each other when I went to spray them. But that's another story. But yeah, anyways, that is just a short video of Nemesis and Nebula. These are my 2 prized hammer shot, or not hammer shots, I'm not calling them hammer shots, Sweet Revenges. If I lend them to anybody in the war, I tell them, if you damage these, you will buy me another one, or you will pay to have them repainted, because this one was actually painted over the clear coat. They were done by the same person, as I said before. This is literally acrylic paint, so it's chipping in places from going in and out of the holster. Like here, you won't be able to see, but there's a little chip there, and there's a little chip there. And the hammer, I'm not too worried about, because that's a moving part. But there, it's a little bit worse, but I don't mind. My thumbs, they're wearing, they don't go away all the time, because I dual wield them like that. I don't fan fire them. I will fan fire a swooped up metal trigger from a hammer shot, but I will not fan fire these. It's just too low for me, because the hammer on this is actually lower than a hammer on a hammer shot. But I have been the Nerf Wizard, and this has been a review of Nebula and Nemesis, my 2 Sweet Revenges. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below of what I should do next. Thanks. Bye.